What's going on, dudes? Ghxst here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This is part 8, if you guys remember where we left off. We started episode 3, Turnabout Samurai. We run into a guy named Will Powers who plays a samurai on a kid's television show. He's accused of murdering his, what I assume to be his co-worker. His name is Jack Hammer. His cause of death was a spear to the chest, and now he's in police custody. We're at the studio. We ran into this old lady who was apparently security for some weird reason. Uh, and now we have the card key, or yeah, card key to Studio 1, so we can check out the area and the scene of the crime. And Detective Gumshoe is here. He's trying to redeem himself. I see that in him. Character development is crazy. If you guys like what you see and want more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Sorry, y'all, I had to drink. But yeah, we left off here in his dressing room last episode, so we're supposed to move out to the studio. Apparently I can only go to the employee area right now. Move. Not main gate. Not dressing room. Here. Move. I hate that I have to go through all this just to, you know. What happens if I present him the card? This. Hey, detective, take a look at this. What is that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't show him that. He'll confiscate it. Aw, I just wanted to show it off. Okay, so I can't, alright, what happens if, I already spoke to him about everything. Examine. Over here. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. I wonder if this keycard we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It opened. Alright, we're in. She's way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. Okay, let's move over to the studio. What are we waiting for? Ah, there's a chalk outline and everything. Bruh, this is gonna be so much more different than the other two trials. I can already tell. Now Maya's sad. What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? That white tape, it's so real. 'Cause it is real. Well, the evil magistrate did die here. And the steel samurai killed him. The murder weapon was a samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. Alright, let's look around. There's a bag here, there's a chalk outline here. What else is there? Nothing else really. They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay. Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate's costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected the spear stabbing wound leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Okay. I can't get the bag. There's a ladder here. Look, a ladder! That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right. Sorry. This girl is out there. Right? Alright, what's all this over here? Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey, Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards that clapped at the start of filming. And look, a megaphone, a real live megaphone. She is excited to be here. Ready, Nick? Action! This girl is more trouble than I thought. Alright, there's a bunch of movie equipment here. And what looks like a cable wire. Uh... Wow, look at that camera! It must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Why are you touching it? Hey, you! No touching! Sorry. My partner is kind of, you know. You know. No, I don't know. Who are you? Who? Me? I'm the assistant here. Her name is Penny, apparently. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people. That's an awkward nickname. WP? Oh, Will Powers. WP. I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit. But, do you... What? Wait, what? I didn't catch any of that. What is going on? Okay. I don't know what's going on with my controller right now, but y'all gonna have to read this by yourselves when y'all slow the video down. Don't worry, leave it to us. Can I go back somehow? No, I can't. Alright, of course not. Talk to her. What do you know about Will Powers before I ask you about the crime? Do you know what Mr. Powers was... Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? No. I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... Well, what kind... If it's... I mean, it's his private. What kind of girl do you think I am? What kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi. Alright, day of the crime. Can you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see. Only one assistant? Yes, well, the studio isn't doing so well right now. And yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. Oh, here go this lady in the back. She low-key get on my nerves, y'all. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there, along with everyone else. The employee area, that's where Power's dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went into Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room. I didn't see either of them after that. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry. I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue! A lead! Well, I don't know much about that day. Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yes, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was the action scene run through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks. That helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. Sensing someone. I'm not about to waste time asking her about sensing someone. I'm about to press that old lady since she want to press me. Move. This crusty-faced, old lady. This golden girl here. What? You're still here? Really, you look as though you've seen a ghost. Yes, we have some words for you. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30? Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure were you were here watching the whole time? So, wait, she was in the room with all of us watching the scene. What were you doing actually? You're quiet now. Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? How dare who dares question me? Eek. Alright, you better tell me quick, you spiky hair cretin. Whoa! Are you sure you didn't kill him and tried to frame bro? I don't know about you, old bag. Why the game gave you that name, because you are. Anyway. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, huh? Um we were just talking to the assistant in Studio One. Why would you snitch on them like that? You just set them up. Her! She's not even a full-time employee! All you youngins are like that nowadays. Oh my goodness. I didn't touch any of that. I don't know what any of that said. It all moved too fast. I didn't even care to read it either. Because this happened last episode. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can do without her looking over our shoulders. Can I move to the I wanna go over here. To the thingamajig. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Yes. Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick. Oh, you know how to work these things, Nick? Looks like I just have to enter a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the day of the murder. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 p.m. or 1. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter a number for the security camera. How am I supposed to know what it is? Do I just guess? There, entered. Okay, it worked. Hey, it's printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we've got. Okay, that's him. That's Will. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 5th, 15th, 2 p.m. photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day? Nope, that's the only one in the computer. Powers photo. Taken at the gate between the entrance and the studios. October 15th, 2 p.m. photo 2. Hey, Nick. Can we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right. We'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyways, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Oh my goodness, don't get me started. Hey, why would I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So are we done for the day? I think this photo was what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. To be continued. Okay, so we have no idea who the killer is. This is interesting considering that the last two we knew who the killer was automatically. Let's see. But it looks like we're gonna be going to trial on this one. Uh yeah. Let's save right here. I wonder if Edgeworth is gonna be the prosecution again. But yeah. Day 2 in the trial. Let's get into it. October 18th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Ah, Edgeworth is the thingamajig. The prosecution. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. He better not mess this up, bro. Detective, if you will briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the map guide here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studio was here at 10 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee office until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. How do we know that's the real time of death now that I think about it? The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Skip it. I think we get it. I think I could probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval, right? Samurai spear. The spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, What did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call this security officer to the stand. Something's off about you, lady. Will the witness declare her name? Oh my goodness. Let's not have another April May, please. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Ma'am, he's like 20 years old. He barely left college, barely left high school asking to put his hand up to go to the restroom. Right? Your name, please. Oh, dearie. No need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. I'm not calling you Grandma, bruh. Your name, please! Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me. Oh, here she go again. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. This man is about to lose his mind. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. I don't even know what the good part was. You just keep talking. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yesy, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. Why is she flirting with everybody? You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. And think that right, she a real piece of work, bruh. Phoenix, get her out of here. She might be worse than April May. Witness account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. I, well, had some errands to run that morning. That's suspicious. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I already know the first thing I'm gonna press her about. I'm gonna press her about those errands. On the day of the murder, blah 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 blah, poor old Hammer. Press her about the errands. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know. Yeah, that's what I was getting on a few minutes ago. That she was in that corner. What errands was she possibly getting? We know why she was there, bro. She was trying to get her meow meow scratched, bruh. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. No, you didn't. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyways, I always watch Hammers run through. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. It was 10. Alright, what evidence do I have? Alright, this, the card key, the map to Global Studios. Okay, I gotta read through this again. Uh, main gate till 5. Now the murder happened between 2:30 and Howard's photo. Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. The man had um taken at the gate between the entrance and the studio. Alright, let me see the entrance again. The entrance is up top, and to the studio is over to the right. Am I tripping? Hold on. And the picture was taken at 2. When did he die? The 15th. Yeah, he died the 15th. This picture was taken at 2. The time of death was 30 minutes later. I think I'm thinking too hard on this. A certain man walked by me, blah 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 blah. It was Powers, that man right there, and he's heading toward the studio. Nick, doesn't she seem like she's enjoying this a little too much? Windbags love gossiping about other people's misfortunes. Can she get her own kicks somewhere else? That didn't help me at all. Oh, you know what? Maybe me reaching the end isn't gonna help me anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna do the first thing I can do. It was main gate. Interesting. A certain man. I'm gonna press her on that. I'm gonna see. 2. You're sure? Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really? You should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Really? Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers. So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny? Like, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again. It was him. Heading toward the studio. Okay, so you're telling me to pull this out. Let me get this straight, Old Bag. Miss Old Bag. That is a pretty unfortunate last name. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Olde Tokyo. Miss Oldbag. This is the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Even Edgeworth can't defend you on this. This man is stressing. He about to pop a blood vessel on this court. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. Uh-huh. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this suit is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Huh, nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. You know it's crazy when even Edgeworth is surprised, bro. This is hilarious. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How's I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. You are in court. Everything you should know should be, you know, common sense. Anyways, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good. This isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. The man in the photo. Alright. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Okay. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So, just because he's walking a certain way makes it so he has sprained his ankle? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Something about that doesn't make sense. Blah blah blah. The morning run through, I saw Power strip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle. I'm gonna press that. I don't know about that. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Less than that. Anyways, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot? Okay. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? I'm gonna press that too. Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. Okay. So he was walking strangely because he was injured? It does look like he was dragging his foot. See? And he didn't trust me, whippersnappers. That's how I knew it was Powers. What do I have? He's dragging one leg. Okay. Okay, so the evidence changed on this. He's dragged one leg. You see, he sprained his ankle. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. I'm gonna press that too. He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Samurai spear, the murder weapon. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Okay. Let's see. He broke... I saw Powers trip and fall. I knew you were there. I saw... He broke one of the props. I'm still not convinced that you know that that's Powers, considering that he's still... That's how I know it was Powers. Okay. I'm gonna press it. I can't press it with the picture again. Well, let's try. 7 clearly reveals the contradiction on that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think of the facts over before making accusations. Okay. Still, you can't look at this and say it's Mr. Powers. Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his leg. He has a point. It does seem quite likely that it was Powers. There's got to be more to this. I'd better keep pressing her. That's how I knew it was Powers. He's dragging his leg. Apparently he sprained his ankle badly. He broke one of the props. I saw power trip and fall. I'm gonna press that real quick. Trip and fall. Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So power sprained his ankle. It helped make it better. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better. I kissed it where it hurt. This lady makes me uncomfortable. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning backup props, I think. She didn't know about Power's ankle. You may continue with your testimony. Okay, I saw Power trip and fall that morning during... the blah 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 blah. I saw Power trip and fall. When the props broke, apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothers me. Which is... where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyways, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure? Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Wait and see what happens. Why would I do that? Hold it right there. We keep talking about possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in the photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. Yeah, because it could be someone else and they could be limping in there. And I think that's what happened. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Now allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. The witness account continue. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Alright. So that was pretty short. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30. The only person I saw go to the studio was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Didn't you just say you were in there watching them? Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Ugh, what is it with like old people and trying to come on to like younger folk? Am I the only one that finds that strange? Anyways, edgy boy. Yeah, he didn't like that too much. Old windbag sure has balls. Or when you know, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Look, even Maya is over it. Look at her face. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Time of death was 2:30. Wait, how do we know? I'm gonna press the time because how do we know it was 2:30 exactly? How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret pal, he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officers' fondness up for donuts. Okay. The person I saw go to the studios with powers. No one else went there. What about before you got to the guard station? I mean before one. Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. I locked the main gate, so no one could get in. Not to mention, if if they had, I would have seen them. No one else went there. What do I have to time of death? Key card. None of this could help me. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite sunny. Nobody suspicious looking past by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. I would have seen them. How? I think I clicked this one already, but how? Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Oh yeah. Blah 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 blah. Let me go to the end and figure something out. You would have seen them. Map of global studios. Wait, if somebody had come through the main gate and the employee area was here and the death was in Studio 1, how would you have... I'm gonna present this and see what it does. It didn't do anything. Alright. I might be thinking too hard on this one, y'all. If they had, I would have seen them. Oh, wait. Skipping over important details, or for that matter, forgetting them entirely. What important detail am I missing? The only thing I could think about is this key card, but how? One person I saw, no one else went there. I mean, we technically went in there when we had this key card. I don't know what else to do. I'm already down on 2 bars. Am I tripped? I'm confused. Blah 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 blah. The only person I saw go to the studios before then. Quite sure. Nobody looking suspicious. Wouldn't that be this right here? Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture? And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyways, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m. photo 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit where, at the end, where it says photo 2. Photo 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this shouldn't this photo really be photo 1 if it really was the only photo? That's a good point. Order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but two people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access to the security only someone with access, the security lady herself. Eh! You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means two people went by. Well, yes. That's what it would seem to me. Can the witness explain this to the court? Ahem. I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Oh my god, yes you do. Edgy boy, help. Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whoa. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? That's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. What could that mean? I see. I feel you, Judge. This lady is all over the place. Your testimony, please. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. I got the same expression. I'm low-key tired of this lady. Every day I finish, I have one more. I go in, throw out any suspicious photo. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part. For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. And think of it now, I remember throwing one thing away that day. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. What? Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. You can just say no one else could get in. I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, If you must know, that goes there's a drain that goes into the employee area. What does that have to do with anything? The grate has been loose for a while. So you're saying that you're telling me someone crawled in from outside? This leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain. I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids? Is she trying to allude that a kid got jackhammer clapped? I don't know how much more of this I can take. This might be worse than the last one. So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably second or third grade. What? Order, order. Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be about second or third grade. Oh yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. A boy in second or third grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick? What's going on? I mean, the boy was there. The boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Oh my god. October 18th, 11:08 a.m. Blah 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 blah. Mr. Powers. Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping. Honest. So who is the Steel Samurai in the security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are you going to do? Or what are we going to do? First we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. It'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Don't sigh like, please don't sigh like that. Court now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. If he was in what 10-year-old is in the 3rd or 2nd grade? Anyways, the photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great, as the stakes weren't high enough. So who's the person... So who was the person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? The assistant girl. The secretary lady. It was the security lady. Wendy Oldbag. Who? The Steel Samurai was dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning security. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Old Bag. What? Whippersnapper. Order, order. Is this true, Old Bag? Old Bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you. Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. To frame him. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes II, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Right, I was thinking the same thing. Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection or some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at the time. What? What's that supposed to mean? That means he can't defend you. Oh, so you think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something. What's my move? What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Give Granny a break. No, she pressed me earlier. I ain't giving nobody a break. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy. The one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler, though. As you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Sounds like he was a pretty pathetic old man. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Because he's a 2nd grader. He's not any older than like 9. Oh, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders day? Whippersnapper. I'm tired of saying whippersnapper, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I have proof. Proof? Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy... you have proof that this boy could not have committed this murder. Whoa, I didn't mean to click that. Oh. Never mind. This is my proof. I can't see how that has to do with this matter. Mr. Wright, there aren't that many pieces of evidence in the court record. Please try... Ah, crap. Is it the card key? The scene of the murder was... as we all know, was Studio One. However, you need a card key to enter Studio One. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studio have a card key? I see. Well, the witness care to comment on this? Hmm. The windbag, speechless. This is as far. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceeding on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. Uh, what was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Something Oldbag is insane. Uh, then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. I ain't gonna lie, this one kind of got on my nerves. This one. Wait a second! What? I'm not going to sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? Mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. And I'm over here thinking I was done. My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said that it had nothing to do with it. They had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why'd you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap and always do what I'm told. And I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, even the judge is tired of this. I'm... They wanted me to keep quiet about something. They were... Press her about this. Who were these people? Well, the director and producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scenes without a director? That is true. Of course! Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So, where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Yes! Phoenix, you didn't read the floorboard or the floor plans? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. There's a path where the monkey's head was falling off. That's a monkey? Anyway. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but I'm gonna stop for right now because I don't know what else there could be. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some big wigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. Why are you mad? Isn't this what you wanted? I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Are you for real this time? Is she not gonna snap at us? Okay. It is 1 p.m. We were really in that courtroom for like 3 hours. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Aw, really? It's nothing. I bet you are happy, aren't you? Or should I say, mm. Well, or we'll be. Oh crap. Uh, we have to find more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. Now my chance. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai suit? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studio. Right. We'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Oh, brother. To be continued. I ain't gonna lie. This trial kind of got on my nerves a little bit. But, hey. No controller found. Wait, what? Alright. Would you like to save progress? Yes, I would. Yes. Holy man, what can I say about this game, man? Like, there are a lot of twists and turns and whatnot. I was convinced that the old lady did the killing, but at the same time, she's elder, you know what I mean? Is she gonna really pick up that spear? And I'm sure that costume is heavy, but I don't know, man. We just found out that there's a director and a producer in the mix too. What is it with this game and like uh not knowing where everybody's at in the first place? Like we have to wait till a certain period of time to get information we need. But it's whatever. We're gonna figure that out next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like what you see and want more Phoenix Wright, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna figure out who done it still, but it's either the producer or the director, and I'm willing to say it's the director. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Sometimes I love myself, touch my